G'day guys, welcome to Old School Talk. I'm Mike, this is Dwayne. We are here today to talk about the brand new Makita Brushless Grinder and the M18 Fuel. So this is the DGA 504.
That's right, and the Milwaukee is the M18 CAG125XPD.
Don't try and remember that, it's useless.
So 125 because both of these are 5-inch models.
Yeah.
They both have 8,500 RPM.
Yep. Bit of a drop.
Bit of a drop from their previous models, which were all 10,000, but that doesn't matter. What matters is their power.
Yeah, the torque.
And these have plenty of it.
Enormous amounts. Just before we continue, this is the 504. It's got your what we would classify as a standard switch.
Yep.
They do have a 505 Makita, a DJ 505, which has the paddle.
That's right. So the Milwaukee only has the paddle version.
Only has it. So we are comparing apples to apples in performance.
It's the same. Yeah.
Yep. So just straight up, these things are incredible. We cannot in this video impress enough of just how much power they have.
Yeah.
Both of them have phenomenal amounts of grunt.
Yeah.
Don't they?
Like, if you're moving from the previous versions or on any other brand, any of the non-brushless units out there, you just won't believe how big a step these are.
You go down the highway, turf your one out at a sign, and go to buy this one.
These are almost closer to electric than they are to the previous. It's just such a big step change.
Huge step.
So we tried these in some 25mm RHS, 2mm thick I think.
Yeah, about 2.
Just chewed that up.
Yep.
And then we also tried them with some flap discs.
Yes. Flap disc is a really good thing for grinders.
Yeah.
Like you're talking load test, especially with a cordless grinder.
Yeah.
These load up really well.
Yeah.
So that's why we chose the flaps. Obviously, I think it's pretty much a standard thing to do.
Yep.
To try and stall something up.
Yeah.
It took an incredible amount of pressure to stall these things out, and as you'll see in the video, I've taken a couple of grabs at it to try and actually stall it out.
Yeah.
So we pretty much worked out only just, but just the fuel takes that little bit more pressure, doesn't it?
Just a little bit more pressure, that's right. With units like this, after you stall them the first time, you come back and you push on them, they generally stall a bit quicker again because you're starting to heat the tool up and things like that. What we found with both of them is that it still takes a lot of pressure the next time and the next time again. Yep. Just the Makita cutting out just ever so slightly.
Only slightly
earlier.
But
man, so much power.
Couple of things we really like straight up is you've got the small handles here. They're really trying to pull these down a little bit.
Yep.
I'm not sure if that's because we're getting girlier hands these days because they don't do real work, or if they're just going, hey, comfort level guys, you know. Yep. I really like it. I went to the point where I measured around with string around here because I was adamant against Dwayne that the Makita was smaller in the handle. Yep. That's 160mm around there, which is about just over 6 inch. And then this one here is 155mm. So Milwaukee is actually smaller. It doesn't feel like it though because you've got the paddle switch here. And
because it sort of gets bigger quicker again, whereas you can get your whole hand around it. So the Makita handle is ever so slightly more comfortable, but there's nothing in it. The big thing is the paddle. Yeah. That's the comfort issue. Yeah. And both of us prefer the switch. Yeah. Between
the two of them, we both just had little niggly issues. With this one here, you have to actually push the switch forward and then depress it, but it's almost it's the wrong action. You're sort of pushing that safety part forward to then pull your fingers down to depress. So the previous model to this had it in the one direction.
It did.
Maybe it's a bit of a safety issue.
Yeah, it probably is safer. It's harder to make it go off when you don't mean to. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I'm still missing my switch, especially when you're trying to cut. Yep. It's not as big a deal when you're vertical, but when you're trying to cut sideways, that's when I miss my switch. Speaking
of cutting, something that we didn't realise until we actually started up the cutting, because we always have a good look over the tool. Yep. There's actually no third spot at the top, which the previous Milwaukee model did have for the handle. Yeah, that's right. The top. So I don't know why that's been taken out. Bosch has it also.
So you want to be able to put your handles on either side or the top.
Yeah, because once you're at the top, you actually are looking for that extra handle if you're chowing through quite a few cuts. Yeah. Why they didn't include it, don't know. Small thing.
But neither did.
Yeah.
They've both got these vents down the bottom with a really fine mesh to stop all your material getting dragged through the tool. Yeah.
And having done plenty of repairs, we know how much stuff gets sandblasted as it's coming through. So I know the motors have all changed now, so it's not such a big issue. Yep. But everything gets sandblasted just with fine dust getting dragged through. So there's a lot less fine dust here. That's right. There's also a lot less vents because so much less heat is being created in these things from brushless motors. That's right. The lack of vents is bewildering. but you certainly don't feel the tool heating up, do you?
Not at all.
And we crunched them.
Yeah, absolutely. In terms of weight and length, they're pretty much identical. The fuel is 2.6 kilos, the Makita's 2.5.
Small.
Same sort of length, the fuel's ever so slightly longer. And in terms of price, the Milwaukee street price is about $250.
Yeah.
It's been out longer.
Yeah, so
Milwaukee were really early to the game with the brushless grinder in their fuel.
And these are about $280 at the moment.
Yeah.
They've only just been released a few weeks ago.
They'll probably come down soon.
Yeah.
And I think all the other brands, including Makita, have had the benefit of seeing the fuel out there for a while.
Yep.
They really set the benchmark for quite a long time.
Yeah.
And they seem to have taken on board some of the really nice parts of the Milwaukee in the nice slim handle and the quick change guard.
Yeah, played with the guard a little bit there, haven't they?
Yeah.
This one is just a quick button and slide, which is a really nice system.
Yep.
I don't think it's any quicker, to be honest, than the standard cam lock that Makita now has on their 5-incher here.
Yep.
What I do think the difference is, or we know the difference is, when you try to adjust this, you've got the cam lock, and actually you can only get the guard to around so far there before the cam lock starts to hit the body. The Milwaukee, you can spin the thing.
Yeah,
it goes right the way around, so that's
much.
your difference. So it's no quicker, it's not going to save you any time,
No.
but it does allow you to actually get the guard around. So
But it is a sexier guard.
it is pretty sexy.
It's
isn't it?
really nice.
It's almost got a pewter sort of looking colour head on it. So as far as sexy tools go, it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the good looks, I think, go with the Milwaukee on this one.
A bit like a shiny red car.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Got the anti-vibe handle on the Milwaukee as well.
Yeah, that's good, just for repetitive stuff.
Yeah.
I think we need to start looking at, people we've spoken so often about cordless tools being convenience tools, and but listen, cordless tools now, they are being used for hours on end.
Yeah.
And that's why I think the likes of the handle hole up here, that sort of thing, the vibration handle.
The slim handle.
Yeah, the slim handle, so you're not sort of holding your hand and starts ache. These things get used for hours now. That's just how it is.
That's right.
So, yeah.
That's absolutely true. We chucked some Ferd flap discs on this.
Yeah, Ferd actually contacted us and supplied us with some discs. They said, look, try our stuff out. So we did try them out. They sent us some 40 grit, really nice discs. You also see the cutting discs. They're incredible. So I actually wanted to have a bit of a look at those further. As you'll know, we did a bit of a disc comparison a few videos ago, so I'm pretty keen to play with those because they look so different to the others. So look, these stood up really well. One thing that Dwayne hasn't seen here, we're just going to say really quickly, I wet my pants almost literally when I saw this. Ferd have their standard flat discs, but they also have this new disc, which is absolutely incredible. It's a polyfan disc. Now, you'll want to search this thing. You want one on your desk just because. So it's a flat disc, but it's actually got it wrapped around the top. Now, they classify this to be used for fillet welds, but also tight spaces. The odd time when you get a flat disc in, you're just trying to round something out, but you're trying to sort of get into a tight corner. This thing, it is a full wraparound. We'll try and get a still shot for you to show it, but
that's cool.
That's something from Ferd, so really impressive use. I haven't used it yet because I did want to show it you. I hadn't shown Dwayne yet, I sort of kept it to myself, but polyfan curve, really nice disc. So, so thanks to Ferd for these discs here. One other quick thing we need to touch on is the warranties. Now, as we know, when we start getting down to the nitty gritty, because we said we'd do a comparison for you, Dwayne and I haven't spoken about which one we think we go for yet, so we're still sort of tossing up in amongst it. You've got 5 and
2 on the batteries.
2 on the batteries, so 5 years on the tool, 2 years on the batteries. Makita, you have 3 years on the tool and 1 on the battery, so that may sway some people. But the overriding thing, I think, is if you're already on Milwaukee platform, give this a go, because it is phenomenal. If you're on the Makita, of course. If you get a chance to go and use this at a trade show or a demo, don't pass it up, because I'll guarantee you're going to bag either one of them. You can't go past it. So to come down to it, guys, comfort and the switch, for me personally, I love both of them so much, but I'd have to go the Makita at the moment because of that switch. And again, I don't want to labour on it too much, but personal preference maybe. But it is so much easier to use it with that switch versus the paddle, I find.
As we said, the Milwaukee's got a tad more power. It's probably not enough to write home about and make a huge difference in your choice. But it does have a tad more power. It's also a bit sexier. I reckon it wins in the looks category. But to me, I agree. If I had to choose which one I had at home,
Yep.
I'd take the Makita as well, just because the paddle annoys me.
Yeah.
If you like it and you pick up the paddle, you love it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Go for it.
Yep.
Wouldn't hesitate to recommend either of these tools.
Yeah.
I'd love to own them both.
So we don't want a Fed set, but they are so close in performance.
Yeah.
It's just incredible.
Yeah. The Makita has the indicator on the
Battery
tool.
gauge on the tool.
The Milwaukee's got it on the batteries, which we like.
Yep.
Both of these have, well, actually Makita's got 5 amp batteries out. Milwaukee they're about to release their 5s, I believe.
Yeah.
So really like them both.
Yep.
Have a try.
Yeah. You got to get on them, guys.
We partly did this video because some guys over on the Tools in Action forum were asking for a comparison.
Yeah.
So shout out to the Tools in Action guys.
Yep.
We like to be part of them. The TIA guys themselves do really good videos. If you haven't checked them out, have a
Check
look
them
at
out. They're good.
Yeah, that's Eric and
I don't know the other guy's name.
Tools in Action. Check them out.
Yep.
We really like them. So thanks for watching.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Go pick yourselves up one of these. We love them.
Yeah. Go and give them a crack. You're going home with one. I promise you.
Yep.
Awesome.
Subscribe, comment.
Yep.
We'll catch you next time.
Cool. Thanks very much, guys.
Bye.
Catch you later.